A good day, viewers. In this tutorial, I'm going to show us how to solve some commonly asked mathematics question for those of us preparing for the entrance exam for nursing school, and also those of us preparing for post-UTME. So if you are new, I would say you subscribe to the channel so that you get notified when I upload new videos. So let's solve the questions we have here. So let's start with question number 1. Question number 1. Now let's say what the question says in number 1. Question number 1 says find n if 34 base n is equal to 10011 base 2. So what's the value of n in 34 base n equal to 10011 base 2? So we have 34 base n equal to 10011 base 2. So we are looking for the value of this n. Now to find the value of this n, you need to convert these numbers to base 10. Convert 34 to base 10. Convert this 10011 to base 10 as well. So now let's start by converting 34 base n to base 10. Now to convert 34 base n to base 10, now consider doing this. Let's make this let's label this number 0 and 1. Okay, so now the next thing you are going to do is to multiply each of these digits by the base. You know, the base of this 34 is n. So I'm going to multiply 3 times n, then I will raise this n to the power of 1, then plus, I will multiply this 4 by the n, 4 times n, then I will raise it to the power of 0. So that's going to give us n raised to power 1, that is n. So 3 times n, that will give us 3n, plus, now anything raised to power 0 is 1 in the law of indices. So n raised to power 0 will give us 1. So 4 times 1, that will give us 4. Okay, so now let's go ahead to convert this 10011 base 2 to base 10 also. So we have 10011 base 2. So let's label these numbers like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that just shows their place values. So now let's convert this number to base 10, starting with the first digit here. So I will say 1 times, I will multiply it by the base. So 1 times 2, raise it to the power of 4, plus the next digit is 0 times, multiply it by the base, which is 2, raise it to the power of this 3, plus the next digit is 0, 0 times 2, raise it to the power of this 2 here, plus the next digit is 1, multiply it by the base, which is 2, raise it to the power of 1, plus the next digit is 1 times 2, raise it to power of 0. All right, so now let's see what we are going to have. So we'll say that's equal to, now 2 raised to power 4 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So 2 raised to power 4 is 16. 16 times this 1, that will give us 16. Plus, now anything multiplied by 0 will give us 0. So this place, we just say 0 times 2 raised to power 3, that will be 0. Plus, now here 0 times 2 raised to power 2, that will be 0. Plus, Now 2 raised to power 1 is 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. Plus, now remember anything raised to power 0 here is what? 1. So 2 raised to power 0 here will give us 1. So 1 times this 1, that will give us 1. Okay, so let's sum up this number and see what we got. 16 plus 0, that will be 16. Plus 0, that will be 16. Plus 2, that will be 18. Plus 1, that will be 19. So we can therefore say that 34 base n, which is equal to 10011 base 2. Now, after we have converted this 34 base n to base 10, we got 3n plus 4. So we can now say that this is 3n plus 4 equal to, so after converting this 10011 base 2, we got 19. So we can say this is equal to what? 19. Now what do? We subtract both sides. Subtract 4 from both sides. So let's subtract 4 from here. Subtract 4 from here. So plus 4 will cancel minus 4. So we now have 3n equal to, now 19 minus 4 will give us 15. So to get the value of n, we divide both sides by 3. So 3 will cancel itself. So n is equal to 3 goes into 15. That is 5 times. So the value of n in that question is 5. All right, now let's proceed to question number 2. Question number 2 says, what is the difference between 1.867551 correct to 4 significant figures and 1.867551 correct to 4 decimal places? So now let's tackle question number 2. So now what you need to do is, first of all, you need to understand what difference is. Difference means minus. Difference is minus. So what the question is simply saying is that what will be the value of 1.867551 correct to 4 significant figures? So you need to correct this number to 4 significant figure. So let's correct that number. 1.867551. Now correct it to 4 significant figures. Now to correct this number to 4 significant figures simply means that we need 4 digits. Now this is it. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 numbers that we need. Now after you have counted the 4 numbers needed, the next number you have to round it off. So this 5 now is the next number. You know, we round up from 5 to 9. When you round off digits from 5 to 9, you are going to get 1. So we round this 5, and this 5 will give us 1. So we add that 1 to the number next to that 5, which is this 7. So this number in 4 significant figures is going to be 1.868. 1.868. That's the number in 4 significant figures. So now let's go ahead to correct this number to 4 decimal places. Let's correct this number to 4 decimal places. This particular number here. 1.86751. So let's correct this to 4 decimal places. Now to correct this number to 4 decimal places means after this decimal point we need just 4 digits. You get that? We need just 4 digits. So now this, you don't need to touch this one. These are the digits that we need. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are going to round the next number, which is 5. So that's going to give us 1 point. Now round this 5, it will give you 1. Add it to this 5, that will be 6. So that will be 8, 6, 7, 6. Okay. So now we have rounded this one to 4 significant figures. We have rounded this one to 4 decimal places. So we can now go ahead to find the difference between this number and this number. So remember, like I said, difference is what? Minus 868. So we are doing this without calculator. So minus 1.8676. So subtract this number. Now, here there is no digit here. So we can just plug in 0. Can plug in 0 there. So now 0 minus 6. You cannot take away 6 from 0. So we need to borrow 1 from this 8 to be 7. So this 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 6, that will give us 4. So 7 minus 7, that is what? 0. 6 minus 6, that is 0. 8 minus 8, that is 0. Now bring your decimal points. 1 minus 1, that is 0. So this is your answer. Then you need to convert this number to standard form. Write your answer in standard form. So that's going to give you 4 times 10 raised to power minus 4. 4 times 10 raised to power minus 4. That will be your answer for question number 2. Alright, so now let's look at question number 3. Let's look at question number 3. Now, question number 3. Question number 3 says, question number 3 says, find the coordinates of the midpoints of the line joining Find the coordinates of the midpoints of the line joining 2, 7, and 1 minus 6. So these are the 2 points. So now let's take this first point to be point A. So let's say that point A is equal to 2 and 7. Point B is equal to 1 minus 6. Now, how do you find coordinate of midpoints of 2 points? Now, midpoints of line joining 2 points is given as x1 plus x2 all over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 all over 2. So this is what you need to find the midpoint of 2 lines or of 2 points. Now, what's the value of x1 and x2? Now, in this point A, this is x1, this is y1. In point B, this is x2, this is y2. So now if we plug in these values to this formula here, we are going to have the midpoint as, so the midpoint will be equal to x1 plus x2. This is the value of x1. x1 is 2 plus x2 is 1. Then all over 2. y1 is what? y1 is 7. Plus y2 is what? y2 is minus 6 all over 2. Okay. So now we can say 2 plus 1 is what? That's 3 all over 2. And now plus times minus is what? Plus times minus will give you minus. So 7 minus 6, that will be 1 all over 2. So this is the answer. So the coordinates of the midpoint joining these 2 points A and B is equal to 3 all over 2 and 1 all over 2. Okay, so that's question number 3. So let's go to question number 4. Now in question number 4, it says if x minus 2 is a factor of 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 2p plus 12, find the value of p. Now if x minus 2 is a factor of, so let's say x minus 2 is a factor of px cubed plus 2x squared minus 2p plus 12. So if x minus 2 is a factor of this function, now for us to get the value of p, we need to find the value of x. So what will be the value of x here? So here we can find the value of x by saying s minus 2 is equal to 0. So we add 2 to both sides. Add 2 to both sides. Add 2 here. So this minus 2 cancel plus 2. So x will be equal to 0 plus 2 is what? 2. So x is equal to 2. So we are going to plug in the value of x equal to 2. Anywhere we see x here, we have to put 2. So that means that we are going to have p x raised to power 3, x is 2. So this becomes p times 2 raised to power 3. So that will be times 2 raised to power 3. Then plus, now here we have 2x raised to power 2, x is 2. So that will become 2 times x raised to, that will be 2. 2 times 2 raised to power 2 minus 2p plus 12. Okay. So now, 2 raised to power 3, that's 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So that will be 8 times p, which is 8p, okay? 8p plus, here we have 2 times 2 raised to power 2. 2 raised to power 2 is 2 times 2, which is 4. So 4 times 2 is 8 minus 2p plus 12. Okay. So now we can collect like terms. Now pick what have letter p. 8p minus 2p, then plus 8 plus 12. So 8p minus 2p, that will give us 6p, plus 8 plus 12, that will give us 20. So we can equate this to be 0. So now we are going to subtract 20 from both sides. So subtract 20 from this side, subtract 20 from this side. So plus 20 will cancel, minus 20 there. So we have 6p equal to minus 20. So we divide both sides by 6. Divide here by 6. So 6 cancel itself. P is equal to 6 goes into 20. Now let's reduce it by saying 2. 2 goes into minus 20, that will give us minus 10. All over 2 goes into 6, that will give us 3. Okay. So here we can say 3 goes into minus 10. 3 goes into 10. That will give us negative 3 whole number, 1 all over 3. So this is the value of P. Okay, so question number 5. Solve question number 5. Question number 5 says simplify 6x raised to power 3 plus 5x raised to power 2 minus 8x all over 2x raised to power 2 plus x minus 3. So now to solve this, it's just like saying, let's take now, in your simple division of number, we can say 4 all over 2 is equal to what? 4 divided by 2, right? Which is 2. Okay. Now, that's the same way you are going to do this, but you need the knowledge of long division. So I'm going to be using long division to solve this. So let's say this is our long division sign. So we have 6x raised to power 3 plus 5x raised to power 2 minus 8x inside. Then we have 2x raised to power 2 plus x minus 3 out here. So now we can say 2x squared goes into 6x raised to power 3. So let's say 2 cancels 6. 2 goes into 6, that's 3 times. Now x squared goes into x cubed. X squared will cancel x cubed. It will remain x. So we add it to that 3. Now when you do that, you are going to multiply 2x squared times this 3x. 2 times 3 is 6. X squared times x, that will give us x raised to power 3. So you also use this x to multiply by this. So x times 3x. X times 3x, that will give us 3x squared. Okay. Then also multiply this minus 3 times 3x. Minus 3 times 3x, that will give us minus 9x. So at this point, we are going to subtract this. Subtract this. So 6x cubed minus 6x cubed will cancel itself. So that place is gone. Then we say 5x squared minus 3x squared. That will give us 2x squared. Then here we say minus 8x minus 9x. Minus 8x minus 9. So this minus times this minus will give us plus. So that will become minus 8x plus 9x, which is equal to plus x. Okay. So now, here we go again. We go by dividing this. 2x squared goes into 2x squared. That will be 1. So we write the 1 here plus 1. So we are going to multiply here. 2x squared times 1, that will give us 2x squared. Then plus x times plus 1, that will give us x. Then minus 3 times plus 1, that will give us minus 3. So we can subtract again. 2x squared minus 2x squared, that will cancel. So x minus x, that will cancel. So you can see that what we are left with here is what? Minus 3. So this minus 3, we call it remainder. We cannot divide this again. So we can take our answer to be what we have at the top of this long division sign. So that means that 6x raised to power 3 plus 5x raised to power 2 minus 8x divided by 2x squared plus x minus 3 is equal to, what do we have at the top? 3x plus 1. All right, so I believe the video was helpful.